Yeah, it's on now. Hey, welcome to That's Just Ridiculous. Are you fucking sick of our theme tune yet?
Oh, no, I think we've got to stick with it.
Are you fucking sick of it?
No, you've got to go through it. There are moments when you feel you've had too much of it, but then later it turns into an affectionate thing. It's like having a long-term relationship. Don't you
think we should have a rock song instead?
No. Why, Paul, why are you springing on this?
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse ride. Wanted dead or alive. Something like that.
Why are you springing this on me now, Paul?
Springing anything on you. I'm just to put... The thought popped into my head and I just wonder what you thought about it.
Welcome to That's Just Ridiculous.
No, come on. What do you think? It's a valid question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we should stick with it. We're in a long-term relationship.
But why have we got an Indian theme tune?
You chose it, mate.
That wasn't the answer that I was looking for.
It sounds quite good.
Why have we got...
I make a few distinctions with music. I don't really care.
Because you don't know much about it, that's
why. I think
why.
the thing is that we're in a relationship with
To you, it's just a noise.
Kind of. To me, it just interrupts my flow of conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking of which, here we're welcome to That's Just Ridiculous.
Oh, stop saying
with
that.
Guy
Everybody
and Paul,
knows that.
The master and his pupil.
The wanker and the person that puts up with him. In comes Pablo. He loves to come in when we're doing the pod.
He likes the pod.
He loves the pod, don't you, Pabs?
Yeah.
Hey, Pabs. Good to see you, man. He's doing that blink thing that cats do, just so you all know. He's blinking at you all out there in podland. Guy. Yeah. Greg's.
Yeah.
Greg's.
Yeah, my heroine.
What do you think?
I love it. Proper English.
Greg's, they're
English
taking
grub.
over the fucking world.
Proper English grub.
I asked this because I was out just now.
Brexit on a plate.
I was out just now.
Mm-hmm. Ginsters, actually, I will also have time for.
Yeah, but we're talking about Greg's now. Because Ginsters are fucking nowhere at the moment. Greg's are making a push for the summit.
They are, I know.
Do you know they've opened a Greg's in Shepton Mallet, in that new horrible building that we were marvelling at?
Pork products. Really? No, which one?
You know that awful ugly building that's been erected and we were going, God, it's so American, it's so ugly. Who in God's name is going to want to be in there?
In Shepton?
Yeah, in Shepton Mallet, next to Aldi. It's a very ugly building, Guy. As you're coming up to Aldi on the left, it's a big fuck-off building that they've been building.
Oh, yeah, it was a car showroom.
Yeah.
It was a garage, actually.
Well, they've done it up, and we were going, who the fuck in the right mind would want to be in there? Guess who's the first footers?
Greg's.
Greg's are in there.
Greg's. Pork products.
Do you know what they are?
As a man,
they're like
greasy.
They're like the shock troops now, aren't they? They'll go where nobody else goes, and they'll open they'll open something up.
And you get in there, and every single one of their products, every single one of their items freights at least 500 calories.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's just fattening the country.
The fat of the land.
Yeah, they're just obesity.
Obesity challenge.
We've got two teams. Welcome to this week's Obesity
Challenge. Get away, fat fucker.
Fat house. Fat college. The fat college.
Yeah, fat college, Cambridge.
I know, we mustn't laugh about obesity.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with obesity. As far as I'm concerned, if you can perambulate around the place...
It's a heavy subject.
If you can get yourself up and about, and you can waddle down to the shops, you're welcome to eat whatever you can buy down there. That's my view. I am not fattest.
God, I am.
I know you are, Guy.
I don't want to be.
What is it about people with big bellies, Guy, that you don't like?
Well, it's really different to being racist.
Guy.
It's really different to being racist. They remind me of me. That's why.
Is it self-hatred?
But it's also about, I know that they would be happy as I would if I'm not carrying an extra £20.
Self-loathing.
Just you feel fitter, you feel a bit slimmer.
I'm getting fat, I don't care.
I can see you've let yourself go, Paul, but, it was never...
Fuck you.
But you've lost, you've got much less to lose than me.
Dick off.
Literally and metaphorically.
Guy, do one. I like being...
Hey,
I like my
Paul,
shape.
The listener does not want to hear you just abusing me.
I'm comfortable with myself. You're the one who's having a go at me.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So what should we talk about?
We're discussing a subject now, and you've just decided to change it.
Well, let's compare.
Summarily.
One of the things about Greg's is it can never reach the summit without producing a pork pie of its own. And does it make its own pork pie? It must.
No, they're known for their sausage roll.
Right, and I love the sausage roll.
What the fuck is in that sausage roll?
Good God, I don't want to know. Thank God. That's one of the nice things about their food is that they don't come with an ingredients list.
Can you
so
imagine?
You don't have to turn it over and look at this horrible catalogue.
Imagine seeing the process.
Ooh.
I mean, how do they actually do it?
Also, I love it the way they never.
Do you know what I think they do?
Thin serving it.
Do you know what I think they do? They get a load of heads in a row on the conveyor belt of anything really. Cows, pigs, sheep, anything. They come trundling down a conveyor belt, the heads, and they've got a guy with a high pressure washer.
No, I don't want to hear that.
And they strip the flesh off.
It's called rendering that. It's called rendering.
And they blast the flesh off these heads.
Rendered meat.
And then it all goes down a slurry tube, and then they compress it and stick it into sausage rolls.
Yeah, everything's baked. Everything's baked on.
Delicious,
the premises.
actually.
Isn't everything? I know it's really good. Oh my God! And also, I tell you what's quite good about it is that I've got psoriasis, and so when I eat a Greggs sausage roll, all the pastry
bits
goes all over me. Sometimes my friends go, "God, bloody hell! You really need to get to. You've got to get to the doctor.
You need to get down the fucking Dead Sea, mate."
It's like skin.
Do you know what I do now when I get in the car and I have a Greggs? I get a wadge of
oh God, what?
Of serviettes, of napkins.
That's so wasteful.
And I put them all over the car and all over myself. So when I eat the explosive sausage roll, which literally fucking goes everywhere,
splinters.
It's just fucking. It's like a skin. It's like a snake skin. It just sheds everywhere.
No, it's not like snake skin because the snake skin
comes off in one piece.
In one piece. So it's absolutely not like a snake skin.
All right, it's like a snake skin with psoriasis.
Yeah. God, that's a condition.
It goes everywhere. Flaky scales everywhere. And then what I do is I just get it all and wrap it all up in a ball and then it's gone. Yeah. And it's not that wasteful, actually. Wait a minute. I went into fucking Starbucks the other day and they had a little fucking sign up going, "Please don't use more than one serviette. Think of the environment." And then I looked at the fucking thing that was next to it and every single motherfucking thing in there was excessively packaged in plastic. And I thought, you cheeky cunts, how dare you tell me not to have an extra serviette when you can't even be fucking bothered to get some cardboard and paper things to put your wanky shit in? I hate them.
I'm just
Greggs put everything in a paper bag.
You should moderate your language a bit.
I'm sorry if I was swearing a bit there. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think it's... I think that what you were doing, I don't mind swearing at all, if it's judiciously used, but I felt you were spraying it around promiscuously.
I was angry for a second.
You just had your jet on.
I blew one off there. I don't like Starbucks.
No, you really don't.
I really don't like them.
You don't.
And I like to... There's certain things I like to do.
We can't have an anti-Starbucks thing. It's like
I like
12 years too late.
shoplift from Starbucks.
It's impossible. It's all behind
It's not impossible.
Oh, you mean sugar?
No. Well, I always go in there and get my... I go in there now. Guy, what I do is I go to Greggs and I get my stuff from Greggs and then I go into fucking Starbucks and I take loads of serviettes. That's where I get my serviettes from. I'm not joking, from Starbucks, because they've riled me.
Shall I tell you what Paul also does in service stations?
Shut up.
I'll tell you what else does. He drops off his old car batteries. Well, I had a car battery and I said, "Oh God, what are you going to do?" It costs about 10 quid.
I was like, no, leave it to me.
You just take them to a service station.
Do you know why? Because I hate service stations. Yeah. I hate them. They're greedy, they're piggy, they're shitty, they're like processing plants, they're just money-sucking machines. The greed of the thing. They've got the best road connections anywhere, and yet they put their prices at 30% more than anywhere else. How the fuck do they justify that? Am I swearing too much?
No, you do what you want, man.
Well, you know.
The listener can decide. Well,
the listener.
Yeah. Are we in double figures? Hello, listener.
Hello, dear listener. Guy, have you got a problem with me fly tipping at Leicester Forest East?
No, I don't. I don't know. They've then got to get rid of it.
Well, fuck them. I don't care. Let them pay for it.
Let them pay for it.
Let them pay for it. They can afford it. Scut butlers that they are.
Thank you.
They think that
They're big oil, aren't they? You don't like big oil, do you?
They think they can just sit there and cream off the money. Mm. Well, let's all just make it a bit harder for them. That's what I think.
Okay, well, by stealing serviettes and dropping batteries.
Yeah.
Come on, okay, everyone. This is big. We're going to grind Starbucks into the dirt.
Every movement starts small.
What do you think about their wooden stirrers?
Shit.
I agree. Why don't they make a bit fatter?
Which wooden stirrers? Which one?
They're too thin. They should be the thickness
Which
of a
wooden
nail
fucking...
file.
What are you on about?
They give you those little wooden stirrers.
Oh, they're fucking shit.
You can't stir with them. They don't stir.
Do you know what they're good for?
Oh.
Kindling. Just go in and get them all. And just bring them home. Keep doing that everywhere you go. Before you know where you are, you've got a box full of kindling, guy.
Starbucks share price is tanked.
For free. Thank you, Starbucks.
Okay.
Do you know what else I hate, guy?
Oh, God.
Why have Starbucks still got those plastic, weird... Tops on?
To stop you burning your moustache.
What the fuck are they for?
To stop you burning your tash. We're getting milk in your tash.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, not only that, their coffee's shit.
Oh, I don't think their coffee's bad.
Are you somebody who purports to know something about coffee?
Well, more than you.
And you think Starbucks coffee is good?
It's not bad, is it?
It's terrible. All right, rank the following. Cafe Nero, Starbucks, what's that other one called? Costa.
In alphabetical order or what?
In terms of which is the best and the worst?
I'll go Starbucks first, then Nero, then Costa.
Knob.
It's really nice. The elevated level of debate here.
Well, that's just...
Come on, liven it up.
You've just shown, Guy, you've just shown that you know absolutely nothing about coffee.
There's no disputing taste.
Greggs, put Greggs in that list. Where does Greggs come? A Greggs flat white.
It's a different offer.
No, wait.
I would never take
have
coffee
you had
from
their
Greggs.
Have you had their new coffee?
I would never take a coffee
Have
from
you
Greggs.
tried what they're putting out now, Guy?
Is it pork coffee?
It's a pork byproduct.
Try our new pork.
Cunningly disguised as coffee.
Our
pork white.
With an extra shot.
I'm sorry, Guy. I'm being a bit antagonistic.
Extra trotter.
I feel that Guy can take it though because he's feeling a bit better. He's back on his feet now.
I am, yeah, very much. I'm back in the
Hooray! Thank fuck for that. Yeah. Because I tell you what, I was beginning to find out what it's like to be a full-time carer.
I tell you what I've learned about.
I was going to put a pillow on his face.
I've had my nose so close to carpets. I've really.
I was just going to put a pillow over his face. I was going to put a pillow over his face and go, shh, Guy, shush.
What, and then get my book and go to the post office and cash in my benefits.
Yeah, and keep it going for a while.
Yeah, okay, while I rot behind the sofa.
No, I would have burned you.
It around.
I would have burned you like the sheep in the garden.
Buying cravats on my benefits.
And I would have butchered you and burned you like the sheep in the garden, Guy. It would have been. I would have cried. It would have been awful. But I would have had to do it if I'd killed you.
Okay.
Pablo would have missed you as well.
It rained this week. We haven't had rain yet for a long time.
Boopy doo. God, Guy, you're really hitting it this week. You fucking what?
Let's talk about the weather.
What the fuck are you on about? Is it because I'm talking about killing you and cutting you up and burning you in the garden?
I don't mind that. You know.
You can visualise doing it to me if you want.
No, I don't want. It's not the kind of thing I visualise.
I don't want to visualise it.
I visualise you getting happily married, and I'm the best man.
Cheering me on.
Whatever. You know.
You'd have to give me away, Guy. I've got no one to give me away.
No, man's not giving away. The bride's given away. The groom is not given away.
Well, mate, don't be so fucking Don't be so polarised. What if I identify as the bride? I'm going to need someone to give me away.
Well, all I can say is that poor sod who you marry. If you were
don't be like that. Bride. You're a male chauvinist pig, actually.
I'm not.
You are.
I just believe in nature.
Guy, you're very old-fashioned. I think you need to be brought kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Mm-hmm. Have you ever dressed up as a woman?
We've been through this, and I haven't
properly with knickers on and everything.
Oh no, never.
Eh?
Never.
What? Because you think it's a sex thing?
No.
It's not a sex thing.
No. Why should I do that?
Just to find out what it's like to go out.
Nor have I parachuted. I just don't need to do that.
What? So what's the next thing? Parachuting as a woman?
No.
Explain that because I don't understand.
There are many things that I don't mind other people doing, but it's not for me. That's all right.
But then don't comment on it ever.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Ever, Guy.
Well, I'm not allowed to comment on anything that I haven't done.
Wait a minute. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it?
I'm answering your question.
Just trying to push things all the time, aren't you?
Listen, is he bullying me because I'm infirm?
There's nothing wrong with you.
He's trying to get my benefits. Help me.
Trying to get his benefits. What benefits do you get? If you get benefits, there's something seriously wrong with the system. What benefits do you get?
Emery,
admit it.
You know what I mean.
What do you get?
I don't have any.
I actually heard that you got a bus pass the other day.
Yes, no, I have actually.
You're a millionaire. You can't have a bus pass.
I've got an old
Guy.
I'm not commenting on this.
Guy.
I'm not commenting.
Guy.
No, this is not.
This is not allowable.
There's nothing.
Where's the justice in that? Where is the justice?
There's nothing to
Guy?
do with you.
Where is the justice?
The justice is that when a man gets to 60, he's allowed he is having paid taxes all his life. He is allowed to travel on public transport.
No,
with a little bit.
You can afford to pay. Why should you get it cheap?
Do you realise what good wine costs?
That's a reasonable answer.
Do you have any idea?
Guy,
fine shirts.
I think you should give
the cost of them now.
I think you should have to give £100,000 a year away to the poor. You should.
I have you staying in my house, which is almost the same.
You cheeky hunt. You cheeky runt. I don't mind, Guy. I don't mind, Guy. Abuse the system. Just do it. Get on with it. Rape the system. Squeeze everything you can out of it. And why not, while you're at it, get some, what is it called, offshore stuff on the go?
I'm not commenting on any of this.
Come on, comment.
I'm not commenting.
Why not?
I don't, it's my...
Guilty as charged.
It's a private matter.
It's a private matter. Private matter.
On to the pressing matter of the weather.
Guy wants to get us back on the weather.
No, because it rained.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
After a long period.
Guy, for God's sake, please, don't do this to yourself.
And I wanted to say how beautiful, how fragrant the garden smells.
Guy,
and Paul said
is this the best you can do?
Paul said to me, "You're liking it, Guy, because of the negative ions."
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I did.
You did, yeah. And I want you to just explain to the listener and to me what you meant by that remark, because I just have a feeling it sounded like bollocks.
Guy, I can't expect you to understand things like this.
What is
because you are a Philistine. Well, not exactly a Philistine.
I read a thing saying Philistines are actually pretty cool people.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, that's why I've just thought of that, and I thought, no, you can't.
But I don't know anything about them, to be honest.
No, what you are,
they get a bad rap.
Guy. What you are? No, you're not. You're not a Philistine. You're an ignoramus.
Right. Okay. I revel in
not knowing.
In not knowing.
So you don't really want me to tell you, actually, because you've already decided it's bullshit.
No, I'm not. I'm just interested.
Do you know what a negative ion is?
No.
Well, it's an ion with a negative charge.
Now you're being negative. Can't we talk about something positive?
Positive ions do exist, but
what is a negative ion good for me?
It's the charge on. I'll tell you what I can give you as an example. Do you remember those things in the 80s that everybody had? That were weird little box with points sticking out the front, like a little white box, and black shit got stuck to it, and everyone was like, "What's that?" And they said,
in the corner of the room.
It's the ioniser.
I do.
That's going to change everything.
I don't think I ever saw one, but I think I heard about them. And you plug them in.
Yep.
And what do? Give you good conversation or what?
No, they just charge. What they do is they release a wind of negative ions, which is supposedly.
How do they do that?
Well, with a high voltage electrical charge, which creates kind of like a stream of electricity around a point, usually a point, because like a point's the most effective breakout for electrical charge, and so a stream of electrical negative ions would come off that point, and negative ions get created around waterfalls. After rainstorms, you get a lot of negative ions in the air.
I love waterfalls.
And also they get created by photocopiers. along with a lot of other things. So that's why it's photocopiers can have that.
Because I wouldn't really think about having a picnic next to a photocopier.
Well,
as I would by a waterfall.
The future's going to be like that, though.
Right, we're going to picnic.
That'll be
a day out around
the best thing ever. Because the rest of the world is...
that lovely place. The
photocopiers are. Do you remember them?
but seriously, Paul, is it having a... But it's a good thing. Why aren't there negative ions? What do they do? What are they doing to me?
They make you feel... Well, they're supposed to make you feel better.
Do you think they do?
What they do is they take dust out of the air, apparently, and of course things get attracted to them and fall out. So, and positive ions are said to give you a headache. I don't know if that's true or not. It's kind of pseudoscience, but it is a fact that there are more negative ions around a waterfall. But there's also more ozone. And ozone's actually poisonous.
Right.
But ozone's something that you smell as well near a waterfall and after a rainfall. Ozone is O3, I think.
Yeah.
So normal oxygen's O2 and ozone is O3.
And there's the smell of the rain on the really dry tarmac.
What about wet dog?
Hate it.
I noticed the other day when I was drinking a whiskey sour.
Yeah, you said
that the egg white that's beaten into a whiskey sour smells of wet dog.
Yeah, you
so
said
good whiskey sour
and
has an after.
You're going to love this guy. It smells of wet dog. Typical Paul. And he's like slugging them back.
It's a really good.
Put me off.
That's a really good whiskey sour.
I thought he did.
Dog.
I thought he did as
it
well.
Does,
I
yeah.
agree with you. I agree with you.
I don't know why that is. If anyone knows why that is, soniclandfill@gmail.com. Do write in and tell us. We've had some lovely mail this week, actually.
Oh, what was his name?
My brother wrote a lovely mail in. David Fryer, my brother. He said that he really enjoyed the pod and that we were... I can't remember what he said.
Didn't he say we need to... Everyone says we need to interview
I don't think we should interview anybody.
No, well, we've been over this a few times and we decided that...
So far,
nothing.
Also, Michael Wainwright as well, Scree, said that we should interview somebody.
Right.
Who's a really old mate of mine. My brother's obviously an old mate of mine. They're both saying we should interview people. They can't wait for us to interview people.
I think we should go and do something instead.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want that. I don't want to do interviews.
My mum listened to the one where we went to Orador sur Glane.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm very surprised. She said, actually, she was complimentary about it. She said, I'm surprised that you felt so deeply about it.
Yeah.
She obviously thinks I'm superficial.
I wonder why. Yeah, Susie, Guy's mum, lives in France, as you probably know. But I don't think Guy's superficial. I think
Where does your mum live? Oh,
in heaven,
sorry,
Guy.
She's dead.
What a fucking arsehole.
Where's it?
What an absolute fucking wanker. Excuse me a second. Let's put that there.
No, Paul, no. Don't touch me. I am an invalid. Do not touch Paul. I don't like... Ow! It won't bring your mum back.
That's funny.
He's gone off to the kitchen.
I've got the data plate for my... This really hurts, this, actually.
No. Ow! That really hurt, and I don't like that.
I warned you.
Oh, hold on, it's okay. He's
Don't bring up... I've got the medicine.
He's brought the champagne with him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Guy, but you mentioned my dead mummy.
It's too late. Well,
Don't say horrible things about mum.
Well, okay, let's talk about your father. How's he? is he listening to the pod?
Listening to you too.
Don't. Oh, Daddy's
They're
dead.
very expensive,
Daddy's dead as well. Oh.
What is this? It's you doing self-sabotage again, because you know. I haven't got my microphone on. I don't like hitting you, Guy. I don't want to hit you anymore.
Put the mic on.
You are fucking horrible.
No one can hear him.
They can hear me. He's horrible. Why are you being so fucking horrible? You know, people die around you, don't they?
Yeah.
Anyone would think I was the only person that had dead people to show for.
Yeah.
Plenty of people died around, like your daddy, for a start off.
Yeah.
He got out quick.
He's gone.
He's gone, baby. Gone. Listen, so the point of this whole thing I was going to say to you is this.
There is not a point to it, sure.
Eternal life, okay,
Oh, yeah?
is already with us. There's a man called Kiko, somebody or other, Japanese American guy. I saw a thing about him today on YouTube, and he said that the light pulse, the laser light carrier pulse of consciousness is undoubtedly the way that we will explore the stars using the avatar, projection of the avatar. And that we'll be able to literally beam around the universe and witness everything firsthand as light-carried consciousness. And he said that it's very, very likely that aliens out in deep space are already using this method, but we don't have the technology to witness it. So they could appear as flickering images around us, and we wouldn't completely understand them. And that's what's probably happening, and that's why the aliens are here, Guy. They haven't come from the future at all. They have come from distant galaxies, reflecting from.
Hold on, wheel up. So how do we witness them as what? As flickering images?
Flickering images, like on the screen of our consciousness. Born by light, lasers from distant galaxies, using the gravity of the sun to turn and like reflecting from.
I can hear the listeners like swearing at the moment.
Why?
Because they don't.
This is physics, Guy. This is within the realms of physics.
Is it?
Yeah. This isn't fantasy.
Flickering images.
Yeah, because they that's how they would appear to us. Their consciousness would be being projected from very distant places, probably through various staging points.
Do you think they've listened to the podcast?
They might well do. Do you remember that movie?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi there.
Take us to your leader. Do you remember that movie with Jodie Foster in it?
Hannibal Lecter.
Not that fucking one. The one where she went
Taxi Driver.
No, she went into the star.
Solaris.
No, she was on a space thing. They had this big
Star Trek
dish. Guy.
Mel Gibson.
Such a wanker.
He's a big dish.
Mel Gibson.
Isn't he? Richard Gere. He's a big dish.
Richard Gere.
He's a big dish.
Hamsters. I love that Richard Gere. He's lovely. It's what Mary say. I love him. He's lovely. Mary, I heard that he had an hamster up his bum. Don't say that about Richard. He would never do a thing like that. No, seriously, it was called, what was it called? With Jodie Foster. And she went into space and she saw her dad on a distant planet. And it was all about them. They communicated through light, but what they did was they sent back the first message that came out of our planet, and the first radio transmission of pictures, UHF transmission of pictures, was Adolf Hitler. So they beamed it back to us. So there's this bit in there where they sent Adolf Hitler's image back to us. It was the first thing we got back from another star system.
Paul, it was a film.
Because that's the first thing they would receive.
Well, it's a film.
Guy. But the first thing to travel out of our star system at the speed of light, the first images were of Adolf Hitler, unfortunately.
How do you work that out?
Because they were the first transmitted pictures, UHF pictures.
It's a nice shirt you're wearing.
Why are you changing the fucking subject?
I just sort of suddenly noticed it.
With your bland observations about the weather and my shirt. We're talking about aliens receiving pictures of Adolf Hitler.
Who made it? It's quite nice. I like the collar.
I don't know, I can't remember. I got it from a charity shop.
Oh, right, okay.
Who made it?
We've had this joke at the charity shop.
Who made this one?
It was mine.
I think it's really cheap, this one, but I really like it. I really like the material. Who made that?
I can't be bothered to get up and read it.
Oh, don't be like that. Oh, yeah, who made that shirt? And then when I fucking buy it on the bait, you're like, oh, I can't be fucking bothered with that. Who gives a
Stop
fuck
showing off your shirt.
Who gives a fuck who made your shirt? Who made your jacket, Guy?
I don't know, but Paul actually chose my jacket for me, and I love it. Because for all his faults, Paul has incredibly good taste in clothes.
Thank you, I'll take that.
So I'm like...
It is a nice jacket.
Yeah, so he bought me a jacket.
No, I didn't. I just helped you to choose some stuff. But you know...
That's not true. He didn't help me at all. I said, don't get me involved.
No, all right.
Because I will choose something shit.
Well, like, what we did was we used the scatter gun. Basically, what I basically did was ordered everything I could find on the internet that was your size, and it all arrived. And then
then you
chose the things you liked. 20 things, I think, arrived. And Guy chose the things he liked, and we sent the rest back, which I think was a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get things that you wouldn't normally buy.
Internet shopping.
This is in the sales. We did it in the sales, so things were like a quarter of the price they would have been. Yeah. Anyway, enough of my bargains. I'm a great bargain hunter, though. I'm one for a bargain.
Yeah, he's brilliant at it. He gets on that computer.
Fucking hell, except for that other thing that I bought the other week that ended up costing me a lot.
I
don't want to talk about that again.
The gentleman's bedroom aid.
Guy, fuck off. I've never bought anything like that.
You sent it back after you used it as well.
God, that's disgusting. I bet you've shagged a doll, haven't you? That look says everything.
We've had this joke. It's stupid.
That look says everything.
We've had this joke. We've had this joke. We've had this boring.
All right.
It's on podcast 23. Single-use plastics.
Oh yeah, you're right. Single-use plastics.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move swiftly on. No, let's move slowly on to the weather.
31 minutes. That's shut you up, hasn't it?
Paul said that because that means that we've been recording for 31 minutes. In the old days, we used to record for about 150 minutes to get 30 minutes out of it, and now we're like so blasé.
That'll do. Fuck it. Stick that out.
Yeah, now we've given up trying to get a million people.
We don't even care.
No, I care hugely.
Guy, what the fuck are you caring about?
I've never...
Even Pablo's walked out in disgust. Pablo's walked out because he knows it's done.
This 32 minutes.
He knows it's done.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum.
Boom. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo doo doo. So, if anyone has any ideas for a new theme tune, please write in to soniclandfill@gmail.com. Ideas for a new theme tune. We'd love to hear them. Why not?
Or on Facebook.
This sounds weird. Why have we even got it? Why have we got an Indian theme tune? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, Guy. I'm just saying, why can't we have something else? Ideas for new theme tunes.